Shipped together here from the D-line. Now the first carry for a former Pitt Panther, LaShawn McCoy. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. For McCoy this year, 5th time in his 8-year career that he's topped the 1,000-yard mark. Charles, first time he's done it with the Bills, though, finished with 1267.
And he's the type of player that you can build around. And what I mean by that is, as a runner, as a pass catcher, he does a little bit of everything, and he opens up the offense for everyone else around him, the complementary players. But he's a guy, heavy-duty ball carrier, and also get him in space, and he can break people down.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
If you win, I play it. If you win, I play it.
Have to come together and be well executed.
If you win, I play it.
All it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's the offensive unit, and heads up. Look out for the Clemson Tiger.
Sammy Watkins was brought in to make plays. That's what he specializes in. Out on the perimeter or going inside.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Stephon Tuitt's ability to play defensive end, yet rise up and knock passes away when quarterbacks try to throw them. He makes it hard to get around.
There's a carry now for Mike Gillisley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 4th down. Here's Taylor. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
They'll go again with Bell. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game. But when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
9:06.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Good.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Here's the 11 starters on defense for Buffalo. And the new coaching staff really coming in. They can look at 2 numbers, kind of yin and yang. They're good against the pass, 6th in the league, 29th, though, against the run.
Well, if you look at this new coaching staff that has taken over in Buffalo and traced their past, it starts with them stopping the run. because they are a very aggressive, blitz-happy type of a group, but it only begins with stopping the run first. So I expect that number to improve in 2016.
Go!
So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope. The good things are in store here today.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense.
That was right there, too.
Go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Get back. Get him back.
So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
How the first quarter?
Go back to the air or to the ground.
That's a hell of a first quarter, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Lawton. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Because the shit ain't working. But yeah, just 3 points in the first quarter. That's a good defense.
Taylor with a give to McCoy. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play. Maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5.
We knew what he was going to. He was going to Big Graham.
And down he goes.
You knew it.
A sack. They sack him back across midfield at
all
about
good.
the 48-yard line.
Well, how about that?
Catch that, Whitney.
Defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Colton Schmidt now to kick it away for Buffalo.
I'm trying, Dynamite.
Come on. Oh.
And a bit of a mistake here. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point kicker. Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks
I can tell him, like, if you need him, I can give you a hand.
His height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time. He gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Roethlisberger will throw. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end, and that'll bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep here is Brandon Tate. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Taylor with a draw to McCoy. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. Oh, well, you mind if we go off topic for a second?
No,
you know I like to do that randomly. AFC playoff contenders for this year that didn't make it last season. Who do you have that might get in?
Well, I think Cincinnati's got to be considered there. Maybe they'd have an offseason that's calm, and they go into this season and try and get back to the playoffs where they've been perennials. How about Denver?
Yeah.
Remember last year they didn't have the quarterback to start. Trevor Siemian played pretty well overall, but maybe they can get solidified there and ride that strong defense right back into the playoffs. I'm going to give you a couple a little bit off the pace.
Good pick. It's intercepted. Picked off William Gay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, they could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first. Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
Hello.
Now it's Tate. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
It's a good defense.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious. Now you can't run any offense at all.
You don't want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Defense is so stout. Makes me not want to call certain things that I know I can.
And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. 2nd and 5.
I already did and got picked off. Just cannot risk it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, it's McCoy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4 wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options, and also usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
On second down, it's McCoy. He cuts it right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
1 man in the backfield. That's McCoy. He's going to get the football. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. They'll run with Yellowson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit for the Bills, led by Dan Carpenter.
Here we go.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Carpenter knocks it through, and the Bills are going to tie the game at 3. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, there's something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And this one caught.
Oh, no.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Really good job by the offense there. Every second counts right now. So for them to get out of bounds and save some time, that's a nice move.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So they can't
want to run another play.
There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while
I think it's about halftime's coming on getting the ball, but
or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel though, putting points on the board themselves?
You ain't no chump, Fizz. I know it.
Come the Bills. And from this spot in the field, the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see
You were the number 1 contender before I came around. I ain't going to come disrespect you like that.
But we do know there's some
I thought you was going to run the ball and try to line up like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, when you went to the field goal, I was like, damn.
It's all about being smart in this game.
Yeah, I was like, that's not what I was hoping for.
And no press coverage here. They're backing off in the secondary. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
I'm not going to risk
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Great half, man.
Oh, yeah, great half. Awesome.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
That last drive, I was paying too much attention to Antonio Brown.
The 20, but not by much.
Yeah.
He's marked down at the 21-yard line.
That's what Big Ben's gonna realize. Everybody pays attention to him, and that's why he's got so many other threats. We got the best wide receiver duo out there. I mean, not duo, just core. My bad.
Counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Goes underneath for Bell. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to the runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there, and it'll give the Steelers a first down.
And that's a good sign right there as we start the third quarter. Because in the first half, not much space to run the football. And as we go into the half, we often think to ourselves, all right, what's the adjustment?
I'm not good, but I'm not bad.
You know what a lot of the adjustments are? No adjustments. You know the game plan, been working on it all week. Maybe a little tweak here or there, a little bit better blocking, and now you're establishing the running game.
Over the middle, here to Coates.
Oh, you got it. Damn.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Sammy Coates.
Yeah, we was at 6-3 at
halftime. It was 6-3 at halftime. I just scored.
Yeah.
Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route. And not that much room to operate.
Good call.
That tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
Man, what?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what
Animal changed something up good for the good, guys. He really did. You know how I can play. And I beat him 17 straight games in a row. Till today. He changed something up, man. It's something nasty.
Try and get after him early and try and create a big play to get
something nasty, guys.
See what they have up their sleeve. Second and 10 now.
What's the score over there?
Play clock winding down.
Oh, okay.
Carry now for McCoy. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Taylor will throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Put a head in there. Good job. Helmet time.
That wide open. and
You
drop
ain't put
it.
there wasn't no hit on him,
Sometimes you
man.
have just
He
too
dropped
much time on your hands, right?
He dropped it all. I thought I seen him come in with the last second, put a helmet in there.
Nah, that was the little regular little feet tackle. And he just didn't held on to the ball.
Now Brown. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. He saw the middle was closed, tried to bounce it outside. That didn't work either.
Very rarely can you bounce something that's designed to go into the middle all the way to the outside and expect to get help and get there. Usually all the blocking is there. In this case, blocking was in the middle, bounced up, stacked up. Now he was out flanking and tried to get outside.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball.
Good play,
Biz.
Good shit, man.
That's the first one I blocked.
4th down.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play.
Get your trophy?
The head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams
Awesome.
coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
Well, you can just feel it on their sideline. The air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he's trying to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
They'll go again to McCoy.
Oh, good one.
The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor.
Oh, no.
No!
Oh, my God, I missed it. God damn it. I don't know what I did there. I just pulled off or something.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2nd down following the run. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. Finding time. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough 3rd down awaits them.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. One receiver left, 3 to the right. On 3rd down, Taylor. And he fires one, but incomplete. Brandon Tate was the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
No.
He hit his first, now this from 43. And Carpenter knocks it through, and they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep it.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup at 33 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. And they'll give it to him here. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And Green with a catch left side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Bell. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a hold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. The Bills getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And a nice carry there, 15 yards.
Good tackle there.
Thanks, man.
Boy, where were these guys getting out his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger.
That's so daylight.
Yep. And I'm like, daylight or shoelace.
The funny thing is, my eyes got big as shit.
Playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
What happened? You quit?
It says your connection to your peer has been lost.
That's what it said to mine.
Yeah. I have no lag over here. It's just taking my play and I was going through my playbook and it stopped.
Me too.
There was no like latency or anything to it. I don't understand.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was lagging or nothing. It just said this connection to your peer has been lost. We had a good game over here, man. I lost 13-6. I'll take that L, 13-6.
All right. Good game, my dude.
Yeah, good game.
We don't have to count it, though, man, if you don't want. That's some bullshit.
No, 13-6. That was the score when it left. I'll take that loss. Come on, Adam. Send that invite. That's them. You ain't beat me yet. Man, I just lost, but I'm just saying. Yeah, but what if it's a turn of events I win? You know what I'm saying? Then it looks like this little motherfucker. This from all kinds of...
It's alright. I had it before.
Yeah, it'd be all kinds of fucked up.
Nothing. I didn't play anything.
Man, I thought I was about to tie the game up. That motherfucking shoestring tackled me. Oh my god.
No. You need a hand up? I was done with my game. Did you need help? Okay.
Big boy.
Unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. Unwinding every moment, like the clock is broken.
Won't you play? I'm so awesome. By Shaq, please.
What'd you win in that game, Animal? No, I said, what did you win by?
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley,
Okay.
and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's changed something up, yeah.
On the
Like I
gridiron.
said,
It's
something
the
else.
Bills going up against the
If
Seahawks.
y'all want to watch the stream, I'm
So let's
streaming.
catch up to Central Link Field
All
in
right.
Seattle. On the call,
Yep.
here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That's my boy, Paul Richardson.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. Earlier partner with the discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, the bootleg passes that really hurt other teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The starters for the Seahawks of Seattle on the offensive side. Charles, they could use a big game from Thomas Rawls.
And they really loved what they got out of him last year because an undrafted player is not supposed to give you nearly 6 yards a carry in production. And that's exactly what he did. They need a big game out of him, and they expect it.
A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. And we take a look at the Bills defense.
Stephon Gilmore gets better and better every year, continues to excel in pass coverage.
The first carry for the rookie Procise. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Shit. I ain't worried about it, though. Got a little anxious.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's going to air one out. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 54 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Here's Tate to return. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Taylor. And incomplete to open things up. Charles Clay is tied in the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And here's our first look today at this offense.
And let's start with LaShawn Shady McCoy, their star running back. He can do everything. Run it inside, get to the perimeter, and, of course, catch it out of the backfield.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
We'll see.
Here we go. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. Looking for Steve Clay, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett.
Oh, good one.
Call it a gain of 5. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. On 1st down, Wilson. The grab made by Curse over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Wilson, a give to Rolls. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out.
Yeah, I'm done. We're just watching. Oh, you need the hand now? Huh? We're just watching this game.
They run with a power back. Rolls. Just a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that'll give them a 1st.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy.
Good game,
Just
good
use
game.
some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down here.
But I want my
after the
rematch.
run.
I want my rematch. I'm coming for my title that day.
Hit the 4. You know, Charles, for Graham, so
Come
much
for my
concern
damn title.
early in the season about whether he'd be ready to play this year, what would happen.
As soon as I get that
recovering
title,
from the
I'm
tendon.
going in
Not only
retirement.
was he ready, he played every game this season for Seattle.
And it wasn't just the injury concern with Jimmy Graham. It's how Seattle runs their offense. Remember, when he was in New Orleans, he could expect a ton of passes to come his way. But in Seattle, that number was going to be reduced. Would he be able to maximize what they were going to throw in his direction? And he certainly did this year, 65 catches.
65 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns, too. That's caught at the 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Oh, yeah, dude. He can't take no damn field goal.
I know,
Now
bro.
to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A give to McCoy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talked about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
A while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes
they said he caught it.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense.
He said, I can't eat the chocolate.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
I thought he was out of bounds, too.
McCoy. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
This is McCoy. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now Taylor on 1st down. This will be caught just inside the 10. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there.
Wide receiver.
It's a tough read, but when they're in sync,
Jacksonville.
it's really effective.
That motherfucker fast, too.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah,
I made it.
You heard it, right?
Exhale.
The exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally, right before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the 2nd half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the 2nd half, if they can just tighten.
It's what they want to do. Tighten down everything they're doing and maybe explode at the right time.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time.
Nah, he said he'd be back.
Charles.
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here.
I'm not sure.
As we head toward halftime. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8.
You get the ball. You get the ball. It's you.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And left side here, it's Graham. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the gun on third down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Now the Bills will take another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Stopped him in his tracks. Now it's Wilson.
A
curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Airing it out deep for Woods. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Oh, no, it's before the half. That's why I started doing it. I ain't crazy.
And he's not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
What the hell? I got cheated.
Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day,
because
I
got
didn't
sacked for
hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
I ain't do a damn thing.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. And this is caught by Kurz. And he's brought down after a good game. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL.
I know how I got caught for roughing the
EA
passer.
Sports.
Nah, I know how. Oh, I do get the ball. Now I know
Both teams have their marching orders.
Now I know how I got the
going again here
passer.
in
I know
quarter
that
number
your
3.
knees, your legs.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Yeah,
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now McCoy. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
But 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
One man in the backfield. That's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. And how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic, where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
They're going on 4th down. It's Taylor.
I hit the wrong button.
See, do you want to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams? Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot, but there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here's John Ryan now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
He
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. 3rd down here.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. lose yardage here. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Back now in Seattle, Washington. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. On second down, Taylor. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. Carpenter now for the extra point.
Got the cash and paid it right.
And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They come out here in the eye. They go again with Rawls. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcel Darius in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
On the return, it's Tate. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Gotta do what I gotta do. Going for it, just ain't going
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. In not great starting field position here for the offense. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Rawls. Stays on his feet. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear the Bills are going to win the football game. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This remains a 1-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow any points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great
yeah, you know it's a shady time.
Now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
You know it's shady time now. Yeah, it's shady time now.
Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, hey, hey. Good
And the
ball.
Seahawks are going to call another timeout.
And I had to take care of some big.
One more chance to stop the clock here.
Nah, 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 nah. So I guess Biz got the title now. All right, so now I gotta beat Biz. All right, come on, Biz. No, I'll beat you. I'm going ahead and beat you right to get my title.
Victory all but assured now
So
as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Yeah, damn. What a fucking comeback.
6-yard field goal. No.
And a whistle and a
I said, how did Jimmy Graham
It's just their first. They've
fucking
got 2 more
drop
to
that
use
damn ball?
here in the final
Yeah,
stages.
damn.
Here's Colton Schmidt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
One point down.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
I guess you better go outside and take you a smoke break.
In the slot on the right is Graham. He's back to throw.
You got a chance. Not no more, though. You ain't got no time.
He's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Isn't that good?
Pick up there at 22. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
He can't get caught. He got it to a touchdown pass. He cannot get
He's
tackled.
going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield. At the 48-yard line. The Bills offense gets ready to head back.
Goddamn, Biggs, you got the title now?
Stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you
No
practice
disrespect,
for in winning
but I gotta
situations
do it.
each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Wow, it was a close-ass game, goddammit.
That right there broke your heart.
14 to 13. Yeah,
That was a good play right there, too. And Shady McCoy.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon
Shady
Gaunt.
McCoy
And this
all
has
the
been a
way.
presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Biggs, I want my title.
Yeah, it was a good game. I couldn't throw the ball.
Hey, Biggs, I want my title.
Okay. All right, I'll send the invite.
What's the time is it? I want the clock. I said, how did Jimmy Graham drop that ball? Dude, you going on O-line. What you doing?
Huh?
I said, you supposed to send me an invite. I said, you going on O-line.
No, I had you. I was checking something.
Yo, before I gotta go help my dad and stuff. Before I go, who won that game?
Biz did. Biz is the champ now.
All right, yo, but I beat Biz though.
But you
He beat Animal.
Yeah, but I beat Biz.
Animal beat you for the belt.
Yeah, but I beat you. I beat you before you played him though.
Yeah, but you lost the belt to Animal.
two animals.
Yeah.
So I'm the #1 contender.
Or technically, I'm about to play Biz right now.
Yeah.
Well, I beat Biz then, but what does that make me then?
No,
What if you win though? But are we both two #1 contenders?
If I
Because
win,
you lost the animal too.
yeah, he had the title.
So y'all gotta play each other, and then I play the winner. That's how you determine the #1 contender.
All right.
But I can't do that right now. Like I said, I go out with my dad. But I'll be back later.
If I beat Biz, I got the title.
No, you're not gonna play me. You can't. He made a valid point. I said he has a valid point. You have to beat him. But I always play. But after you play still sit. So we don't jeopardize this thing we got going on. He blitzes way too much. Like he don't know how to come out of blitzing. So I just ran the ball right at his blitz. And since he was playing middle linebacker, I was forcing him to make decisions. If you're gonna shoot this hole, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna run it all crazy. I let him basically be himself. And then I dove at the knees and got the damn safety. And then got the damn roughing the passer. This shit pissed me the fuck off. Hey, yeah. Jay. Yup. See Dizzle on right now. See Dizzle? Yep. He on Grand Theft Auto right now.